the best fanny packs are potato fanny packs. Hello my celestial friends, I'm Echo, the Saving Sorceress, and today I'm going to make a harvest bag out of an old couch cover. Because you know, every green witch needs a place to put her potatoes and pumpkins once they're finished growing. So, let's jump right in. You've seen the gardening apron and all its finished glory. So now it's time to design the harvest bag. Let's zoom in. Yep, right there. Okay, so I'm thinking of having straps that go up above the harvest bag from the top and sort of tie around my neck as shown here. And that way I can make sure it stays on even if the lower parts get unsecured, because those are going to be held on by buttons that I'll be attaching to the main apron. And I may have some extra fabric to try to get a little pocket on the front, just, you know, for some added storage. Can never go wrong with that, but we'll see what we have. And yeah, I'm hoping this will work out. The design will probably change a little bit from, you know, start to finish, as all of this did, but it's a good place to begin. So now I need to decide which of these many pieces will make up the harvest bag. Hint, it's probably going to be all of them. Because, yeah, I really don't have that much left, and when I take in that I have to put on all the straps, and all the buttons, and all the loops, I just hope I have enough. But anyway, this is my gardening apron that you've seen a million times before at this point, but I will be using it to sort of measure how big I want the bag to be. I mean, I want it to be big though. I want it to be just a giant front bag for potatoes. Just the most gigantic, massive sack. Anyway, yeah, so I am just going to see how big I can get it without it getting in the way of other things, because I still want to be able to use my phone pouch, and I still want to be able to feel comfortable in it. I think I'll have just barely enough here, so I'm going to cut into it and start pinning and hope for the best. I think I'm going to be a little bit more carefree with my cutting this time, because perfection is not the goal. Oh my gosh, I can't even lean down. Hello. Hopefully I won't make a huge mistake because I don't have any extra fabric, but I think I can get roughly what I want just by doing some cuts without any super crazy measuring. So let's get started. Now I will say my little cutter that I'm using right now is not the greatest thing in the world. I got it from the Dollar Tree, but it does the job. So that's all that really matters. It's just a little bit dangerous, but you know, once you get the hang of it, everything turns out okay. Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I keep my fingers. Does she know what she's doing, or is she just making it up as she goes along? Good question. The answer is I'm definitely just making it up as I go along. I feel like this was a mistake already, but you know what? Better just keep going. So I cut out the bag, and I think it's going to be roughly about this size. It seems a little small to me, but that's how much space I have to fit on the original garment without getting in the way of all of my other many pockets, and we've got to be able to use at least most of the other pockets for knickknacks and whatever. I might add some side panels just to give it a little bit more depth so I can get the really big potatoes in there. This whole thing is a very potato-y video, but you know what? I love potatoes. I love growing potatoes. They're one of the easiest and most amazing things to grow. You just stick them in the ground and they're just like, okay. So why wouldn't I make a bag for potatoes? Obviously that's what I need in my life, and I'm going to use it a lot. I already had to pick some potatoes that needed to be harvested early with my existing gardening apron and everything got really dirty. There was just dirt and mud everywhere. I want to make this a little easier to clean. The gardening apron needs to be good for like my day-to-day gardening activities. This one's going to be special. So I've got my bag and also got this giant unpleasant looking piece. And it's just really faded, it's really stained, which is perfect for the inside of the potato bag. It's gonna get so nasty. I mean, this is basically like making a giant front bag purse for potatoes. I think this is exactly what I need in my life. Honestly, the closest I've ever gotten was the original gardening apron. My little phone bag that I made was pretty much my introduction to how purses work. I did an okay job, so fingers crossed. And then I've got this piece. Ooh, yeah, it's nice and long. I think I'm gonna use it to make some straps so that I can put the whole bag around my neck and hang it off of me. And yeah, it should work. I may need to go double, but there's plenty of fabric here, I think, so we'll be good. And then I'll be down to the buttons. The buttons, I'm gonna use old buttons from a shirt of my dad's. It's actually the shirt that I used, you can't see it right now, but for my dress form cover. My hope is that I can sort of make these really cute matching buttons and make little matching loops for everything to secure the bag on. We'll also have to see if that's a good idea because the weight of the potatoes might pop the buttons off. This is all just, you know, work in progress. I don't know what I'm doing. Does anyone know what they're doing? Life is just a mystery. I'm just trying to figure it out, okay? I got very defensive there, but like, it's a lot. This is a lot. But in the end, I know I'm gonna love what I do. So I just gotta get into it. Because you gotta be cute and functional. That's what I'm all about. All right, let's keep on going. This couch cover will not become a gardening apron and front bag purse for potatoes by itself. At least I think I'm on the right track now. I'm also working on a matching little headband to go with the whole ensemble. All right, so I've got a whole lot of stuff pinned, basically the whole bag, but I'm trying to be a little bit kinder to myself and not spend 48 hours in a row working on the same project and hoping that I finish it. So I'm trying to put an end to that. Gonna get a good night's sleep, and I will be back to pin some more, cut some more, and hopefully finish this bag up. It's shaping up to be pretty good, so I'm excited. See you in the morning. Okay, so I lied. It's not the next day. It's been a while. I am really glad that I took some extra time though, because I sort of rethought my whole idea for what I'm doing here. Maybe not the whole thing, but how I'm going to attach it. Originally I was going to put some buttons on here and attach it with loops like these, and now I don't think that's a good idea. I realized all the potatoes that I'm going to be putting in my harvest bag will be way too heavy for buttons and they'll just rip off, and that would be really dramatic, but I want this to be a good solid bag I can keep using again and again. So I decided to make some tie-around straps instead, so it sort of ties around my waist and goes in the little belt loops that I already have on the original, so that it will be nice and secure on the front of the apron whenever I wear it. And then I can just untie the whole thing afterwards. I still want to do some decorative buttons though. So I have gotten to work making a little button. I wanted to sort of bring you in on the process of that. So you see the little part that I've already sewn onto the button just to make it soft to begin with. Okay, so sewing through that, pulling it tight. Excellent. So see, it's gonna go all the way around. Be right back with the finished button. Excellent. And then I will be all set to put my new little buttons onto the harvest bag. Also, I made this little towel. I think it ended up pretty cute. It was just the full edge of a towel all the way across that had been ripped off because it was really old and not in good condition. So I cut it in half and then I added a little trim from some more excess fabric on the top and bottom and down the middle. I sewed these little ties so that I can tie it on like so and fold it up. Let's fold it into thirds and stick it in the pocket, and it fits perfectly. And now whenever I wash my hands when I'm all out doing disgusting gardening work and I have, you know, dirt and grub and all sorts of nasty stuff on my hands, I can go out and wash them outside and dry them so I can continue doing what I'm doing and not get even more disgusting. So yeah, really excited about this. That way I'll have this pocket with my keys and this pocket with my towel, and I will be all set with my nice bulky tool belt around the middle of gardening supplies and my phone, you know, important things. And I have actually done the baseline sewing for the bag as well, just to sort of get it into a bag shape. I was a bit overambitious when deciding how big the potato bag would be. I was like, giant! I want to have all the potatoes in there. And I think I may have overblown the whole thing. It still needs to fit on me. I need to be able to wear it when I'm going around collecting potatoes. And also, I don't own a farm. I own a small, you know, single person garden of potatoes, so I think a reasonable sized bag will be fine. It's gonna be sort of like this, except not as awkward looking. But yeah, so it'll tie right here, becoming a potato fanny pack. You know, all the best fanny packs are potato fanny packs. Now I've got this lovely little strap that I am going to use for tying this whole thing on, and it'll slip right through the loop and be perfect. So I've just got a batch of sewing done, and I've got these straps sewn onto the front. It's kind of hard to see since all of it's just a mess of different patterns right now, but I promise it'll look good when I'm done. And I'm just about done, so this is basically what I've got. Definitely gonna have a bit of a fanny pack vibe, but I'm here for it. I replaced my old gardening fanny pack with a new gardening fanny pack that I made myself that matches my apron. So, you know, we're all good here. And here's the final result. So, did I make a harvest fanny pack or what? This ended up being way more fanny pack-like than I expected, but I'm quite pleased with it. It's also sort of like a messenger bag / mini backpack, you know, all the little accessories. I really like that I could wear it by itself over just a normal outfit. If I wanted some extra space for some, you know, collecting or harvesting as it's made for, or just, you know, a bag to take around with me. I could probably tie it in all sorts of different ways. Like I said, I think it could work well as a mini backpack or something, so I think this has possibilities. It'll be absolutely amazing for harvesting because this thing has 3 pockets. I'm going to show you inside in a second. But yeah, I think it'll work really well. It'll tie through these loops and just be super wearable. And I mean, yeah, the matchy-matchy thing is maybe a little overboard, and there will be a lot of bulk out front. But you know what? Harvesting is bulky work, and it's worth the bulk for the reward of potatoes, tomatoes, and more. We'll actually be harvesting today, a little bit later, so I'm just really pumped to get to that point and see what I've got and see how this baby works out. So here's what the bag looks like close up. So we've got little buttons and buttonholes that I actually hand sewed because my machine is very old. So I am quite pleased with that. Got this little hand sewed buttonhole. They're not perfect, but you know, I think they'll work. And then we open it up and we've got this front pocket. Probably pretty good for some tomatoes. Got a very big pocket in here for all of those delicious potatoes. And then I actually had way too much inner fabric, so I sewed a crease in here to add a third pocket that's sort of inside here that I think would be perfect for placing in a little bit of basil. I think it worked out really well. And I almost forgot to mention, I made hair accessories. I wanted to make a matching headband because, you know, it's sweaty work out there and I want a headband to be able to use when I'm going out anyway, and this way the whole thing works together. And I also decided to work on a few scrunchies that match the whole thing too, because, you know, you never know what hairstyle you really want day to day. Sometimes I'm going to want my hair in pigtails or braids or something like that, and these are perfect. And honestly, I have so much fabric. I'm trying to be zero waste here. I have made a dress, an apron, a skirt, and this harvest bag, and this headband, and these scrunchies out of this couch cover material, and I still have all this left, and more. I am never going to be rid of this stuff. But yeah, so I definitely am trying to figure out as many ways as possible to use up this fabric. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't even know at this point. I mean, what else is left? That means I do highly recommend, if you want to make some cool stuff, get yourself an old couch cover. But I just love what I've been able to do with this, so I am just really excited to see how it works out. So let's get to harvesting. So sadly my potato plants in the yard have all grown and gone and been harvested before I could finish this bag. But I still have these lovely potatoes that I grew on the deck. So let's see what we've got. As you can see, the plants themselves are pretty dead. I mean, this one's still got some vines, which is nice, but overall, it's definitely ready for harvesting. It's probably been ready for harvesting for a few months, maybe at this point, at least a few weeks. Let's go find out what we've got. Also, please don't mind the dogs. I can't do anything about them. They're my neighbors, and I'm trying to talk in between them, so there may be a lot of quick edits here. Oh my gosh, look what we've got here. There's actually a potato right on top, so that's awesome. Uh-oh. It's already getting dirt all over everything, just like I thought. We'll stick it right in the bag. Let's see. Yep. I see some evidence that I should have harvested this earlier, but we got ourselves another potato and more. I can't believe that these potatoes actually grew on the deck like this. This is so handy. I'm going to have to do this again for sure, and maybe even plant more big pots like this because it's so convenient, you know? Ooh, another one! This is like a treasure hunt. I love it. It feels so good to do this. And another one. I am covered in dirt already, but I'm having a ball. Ooh, ooh. Look at that one. Still got some roots attached. A big old root actually. But it is a beauty. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get these cleaned up. Got a tiny little baby one. I can't wait to eat these. The ones that I harvested from the yard were delicious. Just so fresh and just so much, I don't know, newer, better quality than the ones that you get at the store. They have a different texture even. It's kind of weird, but I love it. I would say this has been pretty good. Let's go and get some tomatoes. And look, there are indeed a few ripe tomatoes. So let's pick them. All right. Excellent. And let's stick them in the tomato pocket. Woo! Hell yeah. And while we're at it, let's get some basil too. These leaves look delicious. Sticking them in the little pocket. I am so ready to eat these. I wanted to wash my hands and use my new towel too. Oh my gosh, it is so nice to have a towel out here. This is a game changer. Look at this incredible harvest. It's been a great day, and I can't wait to put this bag to use again and again. Just like my gardening apron, it'll probably become one of the most used things in my closet. It is exactly what I dreamed it would be, and even more with the extra pocket. I am just so excited about this. So, do you have a garden? If you do, let me know down in the comments what you use to carry in all of your fruits and veggies when it's time for harvest. And also, if you have any ideas of what I could use the rest of this couch cover for, please let me know. I am just running out of options. I have made so many things out of this couch cover and it keeps going. I mean, it's not a bad problem, but I would like to use it up. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really love it if you'd add a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos like this about sewing and crafting and all sorts of witchy content. I will be back soon, and remember, my celestial friends, save whatever fruits and veggies made it through to harvest time. Be kind to yourself and to the universe, and try to add a little bit of magic wherever possible to your corner of the world. Bye. And crafting, let me know in the comments below. And I think that when I put it on my apron, oh dear.